I went on hemodialysis in California, and I had a pacemaker put in, and while they were putting it in, they pierced an artery or something, and it ran blood into my heart. So I had to have emergency open heart, take all the blood away. So my kidneys were weak, but they were there, they were working. But the shock of all of that, they just shut down. So the first thing they did was they put a catheter here. That lasted about 3 weeks. So then they put one up here in my just right here on my shoulder, and that lasted for about a month and a half. And I go into hemodialysis one day, and they said, we're not going to hook you up, we're taking you right to the hospital. I'm like, why? They said, because your blood work came back today and you've got a blood infection. Great. So I go over there, and they said, okay, we've got to get this one out. They put another catheter on this side because this one had the pacemaker. So he said, but we got to get a fistula started. So they took me in, and they started a fistula right here. You can see the scar. It's about 4 inches. That's all it ever grew. They went in 4 times with the balloon to try to open it up and get it going. It wouldn't do it. Well, they said, your veins are too small and they're too deep, and it's a losing battle. So they said, okay, this is gonna get an infection too, just where it's located. So they said, okay, we'll put an artificial graft in right here in my arm. You can actually see it. It goes right through here. Yeah. This was very good. I had no problems with it, except about every 6 weeks or so, it'd get a blood clot. That's when they came into me at hemodialysis down here and said, have you ever thought about PD? And I said, I hadn't even heard it. I had no idea what it was. I knew I didn't want a transplant. I've got diabetes. I'm 70-some years old. I don't need a transplant. Let some of the younger ones have that. And they said, well, you should go on PD. And I said, I haven't got a clue what it is, so I went to a couple classes. This is for me, sign me up right away. 3 weeks after they told me about it, I went in and they put it in, and they put the catheter in, and I've been going ever since. This catheter I've had in since, will be 3 years in I think it's February. And I had no problems with it.